In this video, I'm going to give you 30 channel ideas to make money on YouTube without showing your face. We'll visit each of these 30 YouTube channels so that you can see what's possible. Then we'll talk about how you can monetize the videos you create. So if you're ready, let's dive right in. If this is your first time here, click that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on content like this. And if you want to learn how to make money on YouTube without showing your face, I've got the perfect course for doing just that. Simply click on the link below to check out my reviews so that you can make an informed decision for yourself. Despite what some people may say, there are many ways to make money on YouTube without showing your face. I found 30 channels in various niches so that you can see the possibilities. Sometimes it takes just a little spark to get your entrepreneurial mind going. The key to remember is whatever the focus is for your channel, your goal should be to provide value to your viewers. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Now, these ideas aren't in any particular order. I just sat down one day and started brainstorming ideas. I'll also link to these channels down in the description below so you can have a look. So let's dive into these 30 channels. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on each of them because we've got 30 to go through. But I'm going to leave links in the description below so that you can come back and pick out the ones that you like and start poking around and see how they put together their channels. Now, we're going to start off with my favorite topic, and that's food. So here we are at the Tasty Recipes YouTube channel. And if you haven't heard of Tasty Recipes, well, they are a division of BuzzFeed. And if you haven't heard of BuzzFeed, then you've probably unknowingly taken one of their quizzes, as these seem to pop up on the Facebook timeline every once in a while. Now, this Tasty Recipes channel is all about cooking. Okay, so if you like to cook, then you could start a channel basically showing people how you put together these types of recipes. Okay, so very easy to do, and all you're doing is just showing overhead what you are putting together. You can narrate it if you want. If not, you can just use music, and you could put text on the graphics to show people what you're doing, like stirring or adding in these ingredients or whatever it is. Okay, so you literally don't even have to have your voice on this channel if you don't want to. Now, when we look at this channel, 5-minute crafts, even though the word crafts is in the title, it's not a channel about crafting, okay? This channel is about gadgets and hacks and tips and tricks and ideas that you can implement, okay, to make your life easier, okay? But one thing, why I like it too is because if you're evaluating these types of products, you really, again, don't have to show your face because the product is the star of the show, okay? So that's 5-minute crafts. Now, there's a similar channel called Thaitrick. And Thaitrick is very similar in that they have these DIY hacks and things that you can do. But the reason why I really like this channel is because they have these videos here, and I don't know how many of them they have, but they're all about PVC pipe projects. So if you are the handy type and you know how to create things using PVC pipe, this might be a great opportunity for you to create a channel surrounding that type of crafting. Okay, so that's Thaitrick. Now, this is Wow Art, and it's very self-explanatory. This is an art channel, but again, when you're creating art, you really don't have to show your face here. You can see this person, this artist is creating their artwork, and the beauty of this channel and channels like this is that you don't even have to speak. Okay, you can have background music playing as you create the art because people want to see how you do it, and they want to see how your techniques and things like that. So of course you can explain some of those things. But if you don't want to, you can just show them how you created a masterpiece, okay? EasyToSew is another crafting or a hobbyist type of a channel. And this woman puts together DIY handbags. She also does clothing. She also does DIY face masks, okay? And this channel, again, she doesn't show her face. She just shows the pattern. She shows how she puts together the bags, okay? And again, no need to show your face. All people are interested in is how you put together these bags. Next, we have Sheep and Stitch. And this channel is all about knitting. And although this lady, she will show her face on the thumbnails and she'll narrate in the beginning. And she narrates throughout as well. The whole point of this channel is to show people how to knit, okay? In this case, how to knit a scarf step by step, and she's narrating as she goes along. So if you know how to knit, this is another thing that you can show people. If you know needlepoint, that's another thing that you can do, okay? Let's talk about pottery. So if you like arts and crafts, this is another one that you should think about, okay? Because when you're creating pottery, people are interested in the technique and how you create these bowls, how to create a vase, okay? And yes, you can talk on it, and maybe you can even show your face every once in a while, like this gentleman does. But you really don't have to, because people are interested in the technique and how you create these items, okay? Next, we have calligraphy. And I really like this channel because this is so neat. I'm just so fascinated by people who can write like this, okay? Or create art like this. This is really, really, it's beautiful. And as you can see, you really don't have to show your face, because again, people want to see how you create the different letters in calligraphy, okay? And similarly, there is a channel here called How to Hand Letter. Okay, and hand lettering and calligraphy are two different things, but again, they seem similar, but they're very different. And you can see right here that this person is just showing you how to create these types of lettering, hand lettering, okay? Sticking in the arts and crafts, we also have origami. So this channel is Origami Made Simple, and origami is the art of paper folding. It's a Japanese art, okay? And again, you can show people how to fold cranes, how to create ninja stars, create these bookmarks, even create a origami dinosaur, which my son would be totally thrilled to see, okay? We also have BeaverCraft art, and this channel is all about woodworking and wood carving. So if we play this, you can see this artist creating these wood carvings, and again, not showing his face and but just showing you how to create these types of projects. So you can see all the different projects here. This channel called Packman is dedicated to collecting sports cards. So if you don't know what this is, basically it's a very small niche of people, but a very diehard that collect sports cards. It could be baseball cards, football cards, basketball cards, you name it. This person here collects sports cards, and he talks about sports cards. There's a whole industry surrounding sports cards and collecting sports cards. It's very lucrative, and these cards, if you get the right type of card, they're worth a lot of money. Okay, so this channel is dedicated towards talking about sports cards. Speaking of hobbies, let's take a look at this Scale Hangar 182. What he does is he creates scale models. Okay, in this case, if you look at this video, he's creating an airplane. Okay, an old wartime airplane. And again, you don't have to show your face. You can talk about the techniques that you use to make it look real. You can show people how you put the decals on. But there's a whole niche out there, a very targeted niche of people who enjoy putting these things together. Okay. Next, let's take a look at this RC. And RC stands for remote control. And you can see right here that this channel is all about these RC trucks, RC cars, RC, probably airplanes in here. Let's see if they have an airplane. Yep, they got airplanes in here as well. And this channel is just dedicated towards putting together these videos on that. And again, you don't have to show your face. You can go to these shows, because they have these shows all over. And you could showcase some of the RC cars that you see, because some of these, they look very real. They look very, very real. Okay, so that's RC. Now, if you're good at magic tricks, and who doesn't love magic tricks, then you can look at a channel like this where you can just show people card tricks. You can show them coin tricks. You can show them any type of magic trick, because who doesn't love magic? Okay, so this is called MLT Magic Tricks. Now, if you are talented and you can play a musical instrument, I can't, this is a channel for you. Okay, so this channel, this person teaches you how to play musical instruments like the guitar or the ukulele. Okay, and he shows you how to hold the strings, how to properly strum. And, you know, again, the musical instrument is the star of this show. Okay, and people just want to learn how to do it, and they're going to learn by watching your hands and how you strum that instrument, okay? Now, there are a lot of you out there who speak a foreign language, a second language, okay, other than English. This is a great opportunity for you to teach people how to speak a foreign language. And this Polyglot Pablo, he puts together this channel where he teaches you how to speak Spanish, okay? So he'll teach you all these different phrases and words, and you can see right here, this is just basic stuff. But he's built a YouTube channel around that, and all it is you don't even have to show your face. You just show the word in Spanish and what it translates to in English, and you repeat it, and you teach people how to speak that foreign language. And then we head into tutorials, okay? This tutorial is about teaching people how to use programs like Excel, okay? Programs like PowerPoint, Google, you know, how to do all these types of tutorials, how to use these types of programs, because there's a lot of people out there, especially these days, as we're all under lockdown and distance learning, that it's important for people to understand how to use them. And this person has made a channel around teaching people how to utilize these various applications. If you like tech gadgets like smartphones and smartwatches, the Flossy Carter channel is a good channel to emulate because he reviews products and he doesn't show his face. Okay, he talks about the latest smartphone gadgets, earbuds, smart watches, and he has the same backdrop, and he just takes out the product and he shows what it does. He gives his pros and cons of the product, talks about the specs, talks about everything you need to know about that product. So if you're into tech, Flossy Carter is a great example of how to turn your passion into a YouTube channel. Now, top 10 lists, very, very popular, okay? And this channel called Top 10 Zone does that, just that. All they do is put together top 10 list videos, okay? And everybody loves top 10 lists, okay? So you can go through and you can see here all of the different types of lists that they have on different products. Okay, so if you're into top 10 lists and you enjoy putting them together, this is a type of channel that you could emulate. Now, speaking of technology, this person right here, he really niched down. Okay, he's in the technology category here, but he focuses solely on smartwatches because, you know, obviously there's the, you know, Apple Watch and the Samsung Watch and you know, there's the name brand ones, but this gentleman, he'll go and he'll find these off-brand smartwatches and he'll evaluate them, okay? And you know, if you look at this, the star of the show is a smartwatch. People want to see what it can do, what it looks like, and how it operates. And he's created an entire channel around smartwatches, and it's called SmartWatch Ticks. Now, if we're sticking in technology here, we're going to come to this channel here called Buy. And Buy basically is a channel that teaches you how to do stuff. They give you all these tutorials on Photoshop and Autodesk, AutoCAD, how to use, you know, Adobe Lightroom, you know, Final Cut Pro, all of these softwares that are out there. You can come to Buy and literally learn how to use the basic functionalities of these software. Okay, so if you're into that and you know how to use a specific software, you don't have to go as broad as Buy, but you can focus on specific types of software, okay, like a video editing software like Camtasia or Adobe Lightroom, and try and create small tutorials around there. And there you have your channel. You don't really have to show your face because people are really interested in just how to do something. All right. Now, if we stick with the theme of software, you come to this channel. It's a channel called School of Nomads. And this gentleman here, he reviews internet marketing products. So softwares and services related to the make money online niche. And he'll go through and he won't show his face, but he'll go through the products. He'll show you the inside of the product. He'll talk about the pros and cons of the product. He'll do a very thorough review of the product so you can see whether or not it's something that you want to purchase, and he'll make his recommendation. Now, granted, he does have videos that he shows his face, but you could create a channel solely around reviewing these types of, you know, internet marketing products. Now, if we, you know, flip the switch here and we move off of software and you get into the more of the practical world, right? This channel right here called Got to Learn. this channel is dedicated to plumbing. Okay, this guy will teach you all the ins and outs about plumbing, how to solder a copper pipe the correct way, okay, how to fix a leak, how to do, basically anything having to do with plumbing, okay? And this entire channel is dedicated to that. Gaming is hugely popular, and Slasher Gaming has figured out a way to put a unique spin on it. So what they do is they have these funny moments from gameplay and they create videos out of them. So you don't necessarily have to live stream your game or do a recording and upload that to YouTube. You can just take the funny moments from gameplay and create a channel based off of that. Now, if we're sticking in the gaming industry, LevelCapGaming, what they do is they do tutorials and they talk about the industry. They talk about some of the products and things like that. But again, within the gaming industry, it's so huge. You could review gaming products. You could do tutorials on how to do certain things within games. So it's really up to your imagination and how you want to craft your YouTube channel. Now, if we take a look at this channel right here, 1 million tests. I talked about BuzzFeed quizzes. Well, 1 million tests is another popular channel. And in this channel, you can take these tests, and it's very similar to BuzzFeed. They'll tell you what your personality is, or maybe based on the food you like, they'll tell you what month you were born in, okay? And people love these types of tests and quizzes, as well as top 10 lists, which we went over earlier. Now, Mr. Puzzle, this channel is quite intriguing because when I was doing my research and I saw this, I thought, wow, this is really neat, because these are types of puzzles that are just very difficult to do, and he evaluates these puzzles. Okay, so Mr. Puzzle is a really interesting channel to take a look at. Okay, very unique, but again, it has its place. There are people who are interested in these types of puzzles. Now let's head over to this channel here called Temponaut Timelapse, and what they do is they take and they put together time-lapse video clips. Okay, and not only just of nature, but of things like rotting pumpkin time-lapse or trout fish time-lapse, okay? So if you have the equipment, and you could probably even do this if you have a really good smartphone, you could put together these time-lapse videos and have a channel created already, because again, you won't have to show your face and you won't even have to narrate. You would just use some music along with your time-lapse video. And the last channel we're going to take a look at is a channel called Gabby Morris, and this woman puts together nail art tutorials. Okay, she'll teach you how to create these designs, and you can see they're quite nice. They're very innovative, they're very artsy, and she has a very strong following. So if you're into nail art, you can create your own channel around creating nail art. Alright, so now that you've seen the 30 channel ideas, how do you plan on monetizing them? Well, I've got 6 suggestions that you can consider in order to monetize your channel. And the first one is the most obvious, and that's AdSense. But you got to keep in mind that you have to meet certain criteria in order to be invited to apply for the YouTube Partner Program, and you still have to be approved, okay? So AdSense, though, is the most obvious, and it's the most common goal that a lot of YouTube channels strive for when they first start out. Next, we have affiliate marketing. This is something that I do, where you sell other people's products and get a commission for each sale. And this is a very common strategy. I've been doing this since the start of my channel, and this is something that I suggest that you do as well. Think about the channel that you're in, that you've created, and the products that you use when you demonstrate what you're doing. Those are all products that you can find an affiliate program for, and you can recommend those products to your subscribers and earn a commission from them as well. Or if you want, you can sell physical or digital products through your blog or your website or even an e-commerce store. Okay, so there, in some of the examples that we had, there were perfect opportunities to sell some of the supplies that they use in order to create the art, or to sell woodworking plans, things like that, or even recipes, providing people with recipes on some of the of the meals that you're cooking on your YouTube channel. Then we've got fan funding, and fan funding is where you have your fans fund your mission to provide content. So you can use a site called Patreon, and I'm going to leave a link down in the description below, where people can subscribe as a patron to your Patreon. And by doing so, they're going to be funding your mission to provide content. And in return, you're going to be providing them with access to exclusive content that you would otherwise not be posting or sharing with the general subscribers out there. Okay, so that's one thing to think about there. Then we've got content licensing. If you recall, there was a channel that was doing time-lapse photography, and they were doing that, and I thought to myself, well, that's a great way for you to also license out some of that footage. Or if you've got B-roll footage lying around from one of your shoots, you could also license those out, and you can license them out for a fee. But if you do decide to do this, make sure you read the terms and conditions very carefully. If you have to hire an attorney, then do so you understand what your rights are. And lastly, we have sponsorships, and these can be product or paid sponsorships. So getting free products in exchange for a review. That's typical in the beginning when nobody knows who you are. But as you start growing, and let's say your channel has a lot of growth potential and you're getting a lot of activity on your channel, that's when getting a paid sponsorship deal is going to be a lot more easier for you, and it's going to make a lot more sense. So those are 6 ways that you can monetize your YouTube channel. So there you have it. 30 channel ideas to make money on YouTube without showing your face. And as you just saw, there are so many opportunities for you to start your channel. All you need to do is pick one you're interested in and start creating content. Now, if you found these ideas useful, please give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Lastly, if you're looking for some training that will help you start your YouTube channel without showing your face, then click on the link below to check out my review. This is Ken Furukawa from kenfurukawa.com, and I'll see you in my next video.